A group of men walk into an office wearing masks. Not employees. Professional armed robbers. This isn't just a robbery. It's about to become one of the most shocking heists in US history. A young woman approaches the front desk. It's her first day on the job. She has no idea this will be a day she'll never forget. The robbers move fast. Straight to the receptionist. Guns out. His face covered. He's dragged away. Bang! A gunshot echoes through the office. Everybody on the ground, hands in the air. No one dares to move.
Do exactly what I say. When I say it, you won't get hurt. If you don't do what I say, when I say it, you will be shot.
One hostage speaks up. You can't shoot in here. Before he can finish the sentence, he's knocked out cold. The leader steps forward and shouts, "Anyone from the trade processing unit, stand up." Silence. Then a woman rises, her voice shaking. "Me." Another man slowly follows. The leader hands them a USB drive. Plug this into the trading system. That's when the truth hits them. They're not stealing cash. They're hijacking $4 billion from retired workers' pension funds. The man hesitates. His hands freeze above the keyboard. The leader raises his gun. Enter the trades. Transfer everything to the custodial bank. Across the room, a hostage tries to trigger an alert. He's caught. Dragged away. Silenced forever. Sirens echo outside. The police have arrived. But that was always part of the plan. The robbers gather all the hostages and force them into a large conference room. The doors are sealed shut. Phone signals are completely jammed. Inside the main hall, the robbers calmly pack up their equipment, guns, laptops, and communication devices, moving with the confidence of people who planned every second. Minutes later, police units storm the building, but they're already too late. The robbers are gone. No suspects, no leads, only terrified hostages left behind. Detective Chief Inspector Kovaci, a senior investigator, is assigned to the case. He begins questioning the survivors one by one. One of them is a young woman named Miss June. Kovaci asks her to describe what happened. He asks if she recognized any of the attackers. Miss June shakes her head. "No," she says. "They were all wearing masks. I didn't see their faces." The detective thanks her for her cooperation and allows her to leave. Miss June walks calmly down the hallway and enters the washroom. Once inside, she locks the door. Her expression changes. She smiles, not the smile of someone who survived a nightmare, but the smile of someone who knows the plan worked perfectly. The next morning, Miss June wakes up early. She reaches for her laptop and checks her account. Boom! $5 million. Her breath catches. Without hesitation, she transfers the entire amount into an offline cold storage device. No internet, no trail. She hides it beneath her refrigerator, sealing her secret away. Meanwhile, Detective Chief Inspector Kovaci and his team hit a wall. They run facial recognition on every available frame, but it's useless. The robbers wore prosthetics, gloves, and masks the entire time. No faces, no fingerprints, nothing. Realizing the case is slipping, Kovaci calls in outside help, Darren Yoshida, a financial crimes investigator. They need someone who understands money trails as well as criminals. At work, Miss June heads straight to her colleague and close friend, Luke. The truth finally comes out. Luke is part of the scheme, but something is wrong. Miss June confronts him. "There's $5 million in my account," she says. "It was supposed to be $100,000. Luke is stunned. She tells him the money must be moved immediately, off the grid. Crypto transferred into a cold wallet, offline. Anything left online will create a trail straight back to them. Before Luke can respond, he's interrupted. The police are calling him in for questioning. Inside the interrogation room, DCI Kovaci and Darren Yoshida sit across from Luke. They tell him the robbers operated with military precision. They knew the systems, the schedules, the internal procedures. "It looks like an inside job," Kovaci says. Luke denies everything. He insists he's clean, legit, just an employee. They let him go, but both detectives exchange a look. Luke is not in custody, but he is no longer invisible. Luke rushes straight back to Miss June. He's shaken. "They know," he says. "They suspect me." Miss June stays calm. "They don't have proof," she says. "You're not a suspect, not yet." She reminds him of the plan. Move the money to the cold wallet. No trail, no connection. Later that night, Luke sits alone in his apartment. Something feels wrong. He looks out the window and freezes. Men are standing outside, watching. Luke closes the curtains, his heart racing. He grabs his laptop, hides inside his wardrobe, and transfers the money to his offline wallet. At the same time, Miss June feels uneasy. She visits her mother's house and hides her cold wallet there, somewhere safe, somewhere unexpected. On the bus ride home, Luke calls her. His voice trembles. "I can't keep it here," he says. "There are men outside. I think my place is bugged." Miss June tells him not to move. She's coming. But Luke panics. He calls DCI Kovaci. He tells the detective he has something important to share. What Luke doesn't know is that his apartment really is bugged. Men are listening, not the police, the robbers. One of them says quietly, he's a liability. We need to take him out. They break into Luke's apartment. Luke manages to run, but not far. He's caught, beaten, captured unconscious. At that exact moment, Miss June arrives. She freezes. One wrong move, and she's next. She watches helplessly as the men leave. When the coast is clear, Miss June steps inside. On the floor, she notices something small, but crucial. A fingerprint, left behind on a dropped bottle. She takes it. Then she escapes through the window. Outside, she nearly collides with someone. It's DCI Kavachi. He arrived because of Luke's call. They stare at each other. Miss June hides her fear. To be continued.